No.
Yeah.
Did you send it to Joey?
Yeah, I did. Did you get it? Put in your own number. I assume I just sent it to a random person. That's gonna be
That's awesome.
weird.
They're gonna
That's gonna be
that.
fucking weird.
All right.
7517.
All right. Well,
Oh, okay.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast, the most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast. We have kind of an interesting start today.
Yeah.
Jack got an email.
We have a listener. One of you is real.
One of you is fucking real. We got an email. We were talking about making AI script one episode, and a guy who's
Dot bat.
The O
on
and dot
YouTube.
is a 0. He's on YouTube.
Exactly.
I gave him a quick look. He makes AI and anime content.
Wow, that's right up our alley.
That is literally
It is right up our
fucking
alley. And basically, he said what he described as like a jailbreak of ChatGPT to write a script for our podcast.
Yeah, so I've been hearing about this thing called Dan AI, and then I was kind of curious about the applications, but he used, to my knowledge, what it is that you basically just put down all of like the censorship barriers on ChatGPT. So that's how people have been getting.
That's how you make the AI racist.
That's how you make the AI
you make
racist.
the AI a bad guy. All right, so we got a script here.
I definitely tuned you up.
There we go.
For a bit
Okay, there we go.
I forgot to flip the switch.
Oh,
we
okay.
got a script here, so we're just gonna go through it.
Okay, you guys still need to figure out which one you are.
No,
I'm
I'm
person
person
3.
1.
I'm talking to them.
You're 2. Jack's 3. Joey's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right, we're all good.
All right.
Christ.
So here's the script.
Okay.
Brown Bricks
Welcome.
Studio Day.
Shut the fuck up. We're not doing the fade in.
Cut to. Well,
Welcome
it's-
to the Brown Bricks
Cut.
podcast, the most amount of fun you can have listening to a podcast. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it.
First up, have you guys heard about the arrest of Andrew Tate?
Who's Andrew Tate?
He's a former kickboxing champion turned YouTuber. He was arrested for allegedly assaulting a female police officer during a protest.
Well, that's one way to make headlines.
Do you guys think that celebrities should be held to a higher standard when it comes to their behavior?
Absolutely. They have a platform and a responsibility to use it for good.
But at the same time, they're human beings and make mistakes just like everyone else.
I think it depends on the situation. If it's a serious crime, then they should be held accountable like anyone else.
Pretty reasonable.
Speaking of making headlines, did you guys see Kanye West's recent tweets?
Oh, God. Don't get me started on Kanye.
What did he tweet this time?
He said he's changing his name to Christian genius billionaire Kanye West, and he's running for president 2024.
Oh, shit.
I mean, at this point, nothing Kanye does surprises me.
Do you guys think he's serious about running for president?
I wouldn't put it past him. He's always been interested in politics.
But he also has a history of saying things for attention. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not.
Either way, I don't think I can handle another election cycle with Kanye in the mix.
Did you guys hear about Elon Musk buying Twitter? Non sequitur.
This really is our fucking podcast.
Complete non
It's
sequitur.
just like end of conversation.
It hasn't gotten edgy yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we have been having some pretty normal takes. Wait. Elon Musk bought Twitter?
Wow, you're
Yeah,
really
apparently he
behind
made
on
a
that.
$2 trillion bid to acquire the company.
That's insane. Elon's taking over the world
insane.
one company at a time.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys think he would do with Twitter if he owned it?
I have no idea, but it's a little scary to think about.
I just hope he doesn't mess with the algorithm too much. I don't want to see more political ads on my timeline.
Speaking of taking over, you guys heard about the new dating app for vampires?
Oh, there we go.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's called Bloodr. You match with other vampires and can schedule blood sucking sessions.
That's actually
Damn,
kind of
that's
genius.
Only you would think that.
I don't know if I could handle dating a vampire. The whole blood sucking thing seems a little too intense for me.
But think of all the romantic possibilities. Sharing a neck is the ultimate sign of trust and intimacy.
That's awesome. That's sick.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Dotbat. This is sick.
I do like Bloodr.
I do like the idea of Bloodr, though. I'd definitely sign up.
It's just Tinder, but replaced with blood.
Stand well, it's with just an R, no E, so it's definitely more of like a grinder thing.
I guess.
So do they suck each other's necks, or do they find other people?
Vampires,
guys, did we just come up with?
Off.
Did this thing just come up with a new episode of What We Do in the Shadows?
Pretty much, yeah. Except for
probably something.
Bloodr seems a little bit too because What We Do in the Shadows is
they match with other vampires.
Yeah,
but
vampires can't suck each other off.
Another vampire.
Maybe they maybe it's like a date. It's like a specific date idea where it's like you guys are gonna go out and suck other people's blood.
Oh yeah, that's why it says sharing a neck with each other.
Wow.
So that's kind of cute.
Wow.
All right.
That's kind of adorable.
I like how it's also
a little adorable.
We were like talking about it like we were gonna get on there. Like it's a non-vampire. We were like, I'm down for this.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Dude, I'm down to become a familiar. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You could date a vampire, I guess, on this app potentially.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Hey, it worked in Twilight.
If you had a dating app for vampires, link humans on would be dangerous because what if they're undercover vampire hunters?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you get some Van Helsing.
Yeah, you know, you fucking honey dick some.
Maybe you also have to match. It's like
would that be honey blading?
Yeah, you honey blade them.
Honey pot.
Steak.
You need like a polycule thing where you have like 3 different people. So one of them is the blood sucky, and then 2 of them are the blood suckers, and then you have to match with all of them.
It sounds really
So you're going to Paris every time.
Exactly. No, they're just sticking their.
No, they're doing the Tokyo Tower on their ass. I don't know where the third person comes in there, but
yeah. Well, I think it's more of
everywhere.
a bridge. One person eats them out from one end. One person eats them out from the other.
yeah, but there's 4 people involved. So where's the 4th person?
No, there's no 4th person.
You said there was 2 and 2.
There's 2 and 1.
There's 2 and 1. One
said
victim,
2 and 2.
3 suckers.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
Math
the
is
pink.
hard.
2 in the vampire, 1 in the.
Vampires suck.
Vampires suck. Vampires
I don't know.
are
That
awesome.
didn't really capture the spirit. Of
I
the
think
podcast
it
very
generally.
well.
I
It
think
was
as
like
far as-
topics we had discussed.
I was
in the
expecting it to get more like edgy,
a little more racy.
I think it definitely just found the general like vibe and the cadence of what we do, but our unique vision is hard to capture through an AI.
It's not really able to capture the child
yeah,
child
It's
porn
not
aspects.
Yeah, I do like how he also specified that we shouldn't talk about sissy hypnosis. It's like, please don't do
Yeah,
that.
and his prompt, he's like, "Don't talk about sissy hypnosis unless it is really."
It must have really done that a lot.
You know,
That is true. It was like it
it might be affecting him too, though.
Oh.
Who knows?
Yeah, we're sissy hypnotizing the AI.
Yeah, I think we have a moral responsibility to do less sissy hypno on this pod.
You gotta apologize.
I think we have an immoral obligation to do it, though.
I mean, is that not just what I said, but kind of flipping the words around?
That's
I think you're implying the same thing.
We have an immoral obligation not to do it. I
Think
think
can be bad, or
No, we have
We
an
should-
immoral obligation to do it.
should we
Oh,
not
you're
hold-
saying we're obligated to a lack of morals given
Yeah.
our
Okay.
track history on the pod.
should we not hold ourselves? Should we not hold people with platforms to a higher
Yeah,
standard?
come on, guys.
We
We got
can
a
just
platform.
reread the
here.
whole Elon segment.
Our whole
We're
AI thing was
influencers.
just teaching us like you
I
gotta.
didn't say I was a good influencer.
That's gotta be the next discourse is like the responsibility of having a platform like not hypnotizing your audience
yeah,
into
that's
being sissies.
the very minimum. Like the bare minimum is not turning a bunch of people
Like,
into sissies.
yeah, you shouldn't platform like problematic views, but you also shouldn't, use magical powers to
That's
alter
also
the
bad.
minds of your audience.
People are like, well, it's it's a free country. Like they don't have to watch it if they don't want to.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
Like,
conservatives
but now
get
they
way
do.
behind sissy hypnosis as like a stance on free speech. They're like, you'll never take away my sissy hypnosis.
They're gonna
Like,
take away my sissy, but then who's gonna fight back if they're all sissy hypnotized?
that's
Well,
true.
What
That's
would
why
Tucker Carlson in this world where conservatives are like diehard on sissy hypnosis? How would Tucker Carlson defend sissy hypnosis?
I would pay to see that.
I don't know. It's
That's
just-
a question for the AI.
I can't do his voice.
I think he's like, oh,
What's going on?
what's going on?
Liberals are trying to take away your right to be sissy hypnotized online.
Don't think that's real? It happened to me yesterday. I was in the middle of my sissy hypnosis,
And somebody showed me a vagina.
and somebody showed me a vagina, and I like dudes now. I mean, girls. I mean, dudes.
I mean, I'm a sissy.
I was hypnotized. I was in the middle of hypnosis, so my brain is scrambled right now.
I'm wearing panties right now.
Green colored.
And I like that. And the liberals are trying to take that away.
Mm-hmm.
I can do what I want to do. That would be cool. That would be cool. You know.
That'd be fun. It'd be a fun segment.
By the way, as a follow up, did you
Get
guys
Greg
know?
Gutfeld in a little tutu. Have him sissy
that would
dance
be-
on stage on his new comedy
That
show.
would be just like the party. That would be like the thing where the parties like switched after the Civil War, where it's like you travel 100 years in the future, and all of the Republican pundits are like dancing with sissy hypnos, and all of the how would the Democrats evolve in this new society where all the Republicans are really into getting sissy hypnoed?
They'd be deprogramming them.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
They'd be.
You gotta
I've
save-
kind of lost the thread on this whole thing.
Yeah, we don't gotta keep going on that one.
Yeah, but you know, it's a good thought
Yeah.
experiment.
So yeah, go check out Dotbat's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's Dot with a 0.
Did he want a shout out?
I mean, he told us his YouTube.
He got
channel.
one.
Yeah, no,
He's
it's
getting
cool.
one.
It's rad.
Or whoever they are.
Definitely go check it out. But yeah,
Thanks for listening.
here,
Keep doing it.
Joey, you can choose the
Oh
next step.
God.
See, that really is pretty
I can
accurate
barely
to
read.
our thing where we go through and then we're like, oh,
Guys.
now you go.
Dude, UFO
what-
sightings are popping back up again.
Oh hell yeah!
Wait. What did the thing say Kanye was going to change his name to?
Christian genius billionaire
Christian
West.
genius billionaire
A
Kanye.
Western Chandler.
I like that.
Oh, is that
Very
like
good.
is that bringing a little Christian in there?
I think
No,
it's
it
just
said
because
Kanye
he's
West.
Christian.
Christian genius billionaire Kanye Western Chandler.
Oh, did it say Chandler?
No.
at the end? Oh,
No, but I thought that
that would have
be
been
fun.
cool.
That would be cool. That would be cool if Kanye just became Christian. If he started making those.
That'd be cool if it turned out they're both the same person the whole time.
When he raped
Yeah.
his mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's just been in prison this whole time.
he's been pretending.
It's really strange. She's got astral projection. He can astral project his form, but it's a black guy and not actually who he
I was
is.
gonna say, it's the
I
other
mean,
way
they did
around,
that-
just Kanye
Oh,
can
Kanye
astral
is-
project.
Oh,
but
that'd be awesome.
he becomes Christian when he astral projects. So he's not
Just
that,
the
he's
worst.
not that into it.
That would-
like, okay, this
Yeah, he only does that occasionally. And why would he make Sonichu if he's Kanye?
because he's just such a genius. What are you talking about, man?
That's true. Sonichu's going to be reevaluated later, and we're going to be like, shit, there's a lot in here.
I
He's
like
a misunderstood
Sonichu.
artist.
Yeah. Anyways, these UFOs are fucking gay. There's no UFOs.
No, but there is actually Chinese spy blimps, and
There's a lot of balloons.
we disregarded the fact that like China's definitely using those blimps to spy, which is very funny.
who disregarded it?
We did because
Who's
we were
we?
like
The balloon
We
with the
as-
spy.
as a
No, the
podcast-
government didn't disregard that. The government's the ones claiming that happened.
No, but they're also China's also like
now
give
this
us
is all
back.
bullshit, dude. There's
No,
no
it's
fucking
not.
way this is like a real. Oh, this is real spy balloons.
It's like
now we have to increase the defense budget because there's balloons.
That's
in
not-
our airspace. Jack, there's balloons. We gotta pay
All
more
right,
money
you're
to the
blowing out the
military
mic.
industrial
Yeah,
complex.
no, there is actually they are using spy. It's funny that they're using balloons to spy on us,
Well,
but
it's
it's
because
like they are
look
doing
like
it.
weather balloons. I think is their thought process or some shit. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and China wouldn't be like, "Hey, give those back," if they didn't like, have shit in there that was like, it's like, why are you flying this over our airspace? And they're like, I don't know.
No, we America has demanded back drones that have been like shot down in Iran,
Exactly. So they're using them to spy.
and it's like, oh yeah, they're not allowed to demand things that got shot down.
I'm not
back
saying that they're not. I'm saying that it's like, oh,
that are theirs.
they're definitely using those things to spy on Americans. It's stupid, and I think it's funny that they have a little Chinese
Nah,
guy with a
it's all
telescope.
hysteria.
I mean,
No, it's not.
Or you can just-
they're,
It's
they're actually
hysteria.
using the balloons to. It's not.
Oh, okay, yeah, and we're not spying on China.
So that's not what I was talking.
I think
about.
that's his point.
Yeah.
Again,
What is your point?
My point was that
is
they're doing
they're
that,
spies.
and then you were like, "No, they're not," and I'm like, "Yeah, they are. They're doing it."
And okay, so you're worried about that.
I'm not worried.
You're
I think-
worried.
He's
about
not
China
making
spying.
like any sort of like moral claim.
Yeah,
on the
okay.
balloons.
I'm
He's
saying-
just saying
I'm
that
saying
they
it's
are
funny.
spy balloons.
I actually, my only moral claims, I think it's very funny that they have a big balloon that's going over.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of Chinese agencies had to be like, guys, what's the optimal way to spy on America? And they're like, what about a big balloon?
dude, now I'm really worried about the Macy's Day Parade coming next
yeah,
Yeah.
this big What the fuck? They have Lilo and Stitch.
Well, they got Lilo and Stitch. They've got all
gonna be
kinds
like-
of different
it's
fucking
gonna be-
It's gotta
characters.
float away.
You're gonna have Snoopy or Sonic the Hedgehog get rolled in. It's gonna be like it's like a Trojan horse when you pop it, a bunch of Chinese guys come flying out and
Yeah.
attack America on our soil.
What
That'd be
do they
fucking
got? What are they got? They got like they're big fans of like the Three Kingdoms period, or whatever the fuck, right? They got a big Lubu
Three-
balloon
The
at the
three
Macy's Day Parade.
fucking like what Dynasty Warriors
Yeah.
balloons
Oh my
going through.
god, dude!
I was trying to
miss
think of
Dynasty
something
Warriors.
famous
Uh,
that's
Yeah, I'm
Chinese.
trying to think of famous.
Chinese
It would be like
characters.
Journey to the West. It would be like
Yeah.
Sun Wukong is, and then they pop
Yeah,
it.
there's a big monkey man balloon.
Yeah, that'd be good.
A big balloon advertising Rush Hour 4.
That. Oh yeah,
There you go.
and Transformers.
He's
at the
not
same
gonna be
time.
in Rush Hour 5. That balloon isn't.
Yeah, he was going to be. He had a contract for 5 movies. That's too bad.
Hate to see it.
But yeah, balloon.
Well, I mean, I've heard shit about like other UFO things that people are talking about. Like,
yeah.
Well, like
Well, people are like,
but
we
they're
don't know.
they're like claiming they're only in like America or something.
well, the only video evidence is like from the U.S. Air Force and like the U.S. Navy in fucking fighter jets and shit.
Of course, yes, obviously.
Well, it's like, but we just don't
France
know.
has also confirmed some shit too.
There are things that are confirmed in fighter jets, but like the balloons were being shot down are like just unidentified. Like we don't know where they came
Yeah,
from.
that's like the traditional
Yeah,
UFO.
but,
It's
like-
we just don't know what. The
Yeah,
fuck
but then like
it's not an alien.
It's not
it's,
alien. It's just a thing.
the
in
actual
sky.
Navy is like we don't know how they're doing that. Like the weird
Yeah.
propulsion. The one thing
Yeah,
is
that
that
shit's-
the one thing. So like there is like in like the Air Force stuff, there are like anti-gravitational propulsion things that people have seen that they're like we don't know how they're doing that, and they've like released those videos. And
Yeah.
they're like we still don't know, but people were
who,
trying to
like,
relate.
like the UFO.
They released some
The UFO,
videos from
yeah.
like 2003, 2004
Yeah.
too of like shit moving in ways that didn't make fucking sense.
Yeah, and so they were like, we don't know what that is, but people were trying to tie that back to the more recent like balloon UFOs.
Yeah.
And so they were like, we don't know how they're moving, and I'm like,
It's
no,
air.
that one's a balloon.
It's air. And
That
it's,
one's a balloon.
the air on the inside of the balloon is lighter than the air
Just
on
filled
the
with hot
outside of
gas,
the balloon.
Yeah, and they're like, they're not using a that someone said like they're not using a propulsion system, and I was like, those are balloons. Like we've seen stuff where it's like, what the fuck is that?
Their
But that one's a
propulsion
balloon.
system is you open up the bottom a bit and they make a funny sound and they
Some
fly
guy's
around.
farting on the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying, "Ooh, I've got a big one here," and then he flies away
He
from all
just
the jets.
loads up with Taco Bell and that's how he moves and steers.
Yeah.
You guys know that we technically don't actually know how flight works. Like we know like the basic ideas of, and like how to do it, but like mathematically, people still don't understand exactly why it works the way it does. for
Except
plane.
me. I know.
Yeah, I got that.
I know, but I'm just not telling anybody.
Like the differential equations on
Like we know
air
how to
movement.
get shit to fly, but we
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
the like nitty gritty physics. You mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, the exact. That's interesting.
Because that stuff's for fucking
That
nerds.
stuff is for
Well,
pussies.
yeah, but
Yeah.
even the nerds don't. Even.
There ain't no place for physics in the sky.
yeah, that's true.
Kind of. It's kind of true.
It's a man's realm.
That's kind of cool though. What if we figured it out right here? Let's
If we
brainstorm.
figured- Yeah.
Let's fucking think tank.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
some equations.
Let's Brad Rick's
Guys,
thing.
my head's already hurting. I don't want to put more thought into this.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Any more
All
thought,
right,
though?
you can close off your brain and your
Might set off the fucking smoke detectors, man.
Oh yeah, too much thinking. But once we do get our big think done, we'll have we'll
Yeah.
be able to do
We're gonna do
interstellar
a big
travel.
thing.
We don't even have a thinking chair though.
This is a big thinking
we
couch.
got a thinking couch. I would say that's a thinking chair.
This is a
You're right.
real cultured room,
Yeah, this
considering
is-
our big
We've
globe.
carefully cultivated the decor.
You pointed out the one thing here that has any culture. Everything else is just
there's
Guitar, piano,
the fucking just,
birds.
You're looking over the table just filled with bush
Shut
light
the fuck up
cans.
about our trash
And
table.
pointing at the globe.
There's one bush light can.
They
Fuck you.
counteract each other. It's the classiness of the
Now, listen,
globe.
I
and
don't
the
do any
piano.
of this. This
And
is
the
my-
trash.
piano with two bowls
It-
sitting on it and an empty Powerade.
You know, ideas need
Hey.
to be challenged, and so does the decor of the room. It
I
needs
didn't
to be
real-
chaos
Yeah, I didn't realize how
to
much
derive
dichotomy-
order from.
there's so much dichotomy because there's like that nice ass like hourglass like sitting on top of an empty shoebox.
But then we
next
have
to
like
a pillow of
cheap
your face,
plastic skeleton hanging over the TV. You know, it's
along
like,
with birds surrounding it.
Yeah.
And piles and piles of Gulf War trading cards.
Those are cool.
Those are
Did
cool.
we talk about those on the podcast?
Oh yeah,
we
no,
talked
we brought
about
them in,
a long
opened
time
them.
ago.
Yeah, no, that's a classic. But yeah, no, I don't know.
The still boxed up food processor we got over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's a chopper.
that's a
Same.
antique. It's got to stay mint in
Gotta
box.
stay in the fucking
Yeah.
box.
I'm gonna flip that for someone who collects Black & Decker kitchen appliances.
You're gonna go to Antiques Roadshow and be like, "How much can I get for this?" And they're like $30.
I mean, but not here.
It's like retail.
like we're not buying.
we aren't
it.
gonna buy that.
What do you mean? It's like you specifically. If you give me just a crisp 20,
Yeah.
we'll call it good.
You're saying you don't need a brand new chopper.
Yeah, you're talking to the guy. You're talking to the appraiser at the Antiques Roadshow, trying to sell it.
I
to
need
him.
you to understand that I'm not praising right now. At this point, we're just haggling over a kitchen appliance.
No,
I
but like,
kind of feel like I want one.
yeah, it's like, so how much would you buy it for? And he's like, I don't know, like $5. He's like, deal,
All right.
deal.
Yeah, what's the lowest?
Am I gonna be on the
sold-
show now?
What's the lowest somebody sold something for at Antiques Roadshow?
I
Probably
mean,
like a couple hundred or something, right?
probably only because like if someone gets lowballed enough, they'll probably just take back whatever they had.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's like getting like an appraisal of like 10 cents and being like, yeah, sure, I just need it out of my house. It's like most people are like,
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
talking about
something.
like on the show, like even
Yeah.
like what's the lowest they've ever like,
probably like 100 and some like
probably like a little Chinese grain of rice that has like a carving in it, and they're like, well, that's kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
I guess.
Sometimes there is a lot of like interesting artifacts that they're just like, this is cool, but it's not like valuable. So we'll show it on the show, but we're not going to give you a lot of money for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you guys see the Magic card one that came out recently?
There was a magic card on
Like
Antiques
a Magic
Roadshow.
gathering.
Well, it was like this one woman's like husband. He passed away, and he had like a complete collection of Beta, which is like the original
Oh,
Magic
shit.
the Gathering set, and it was in really pristine condition. But a couple of the cards you could tell he like actually played with. And she was like, "I found this," and he always said, "Hey, if you're gonna sell this, please like actually try to sell this. Don't just put it at a garage sale." So I decided to come here, and there's this like the guy's like freaking out. He's like, "This is literally worth
So fucking
like
cool.
$300,000 right now, like at minimum. And then like if you get this graded, this could be millions." And then like all his wife could say was like, "Huh." Like she was
Wow.
just completely.
I thought he was fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's. She was like, but it was like
I
after,
thought my husband was cringe.
Yeah, I thought my husband was cringe. Turns out he is still cringe because she wasn't like interested. She's like, yeah, that's a lot of money. She wasn't like interested in what she had. She was
Damn,
just,
how
like-
old was this bitch?
She was like my mom's age.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your money.
For a second there, I thought she was like real old, like about to die, and I'm like, I could
Oh.
see why she
I
wouldn't.
mean, at
give
that
a
point,
shit.
give it to your fucking grandkids.
No, that's
Yeah.
like college. That's
Yeah,
like
dude.
just
Yeah.
That's like 3 or 10 college
yeah, exactly.
things, man. Like depending on how much they actually get for it.
Yeah, 3 or 10.
It's just
You know,
it's-
numbers are hard. Okay, fuck you.
I
It
mean,
is-
that's probably right.
That's
It's probably
no, that
find
is
a
probably
college
true.
where it's 3
Yeah.
and a college where it's 10.
Yeah, no, you're probably
No, yeah, I'm agreeing.
that would be funny if you're talking about it in terms of like the different cards where it's like, why did you get to go to a Black Lotus college, but I just got to go to like a single dual
Oh,
band
instead of
Yeah,
like
different
pooling the money into like
Yeah.
a fund to pay for college, you're like, all right, you whatever this card
Card
gets
is
you, you
worth.
can go there.
Yeah, and so the person gets to go to an Ivy League because they got the
Like,
power now.
I have to go to a swamp school.
Yeah, I got to go to a vintage.
like it's okay.
It's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
okay because it's fucking, the beta
free.
is
Yeah.
good condition, but like
It's still, it's
Still
still
just a
it's still
swamp.
not a fucking time walk college. You
Do
didn't
they have,
go to
do
that.
they have planeswalkers in the original Magic?
No, that came out around like 2005, I think, after the mending happened.
Mm,
After the mending happened,
I'm sorry, I don't know.
they mended it.
They
mended
there was
it.
Sky.
I've been looking at the new Magic.
you couldn't
cards
walk
coming
on the
out.
planes
Yeah,
before, but then they mended them and you could walk on them all
you
of
can
a sudden.
still they were still walking on them, but they were like gods. And then all the planeswalkers were like, too much time shit's going on, so they all were like, we'll not be gods, but we can still walk around.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Magic lore.
that's
I
fucking
summarized
stupid.
magic
That's a bad deal.
really
They had to do it.
bad deal.
They had to do it because otherwise, then it would be like they'd all die.
Oh.
Okay,
So
that's
it was a
that's
trade-off.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so they didn't do that. And then
that
the
does make sense.
giant dragon man, Nico Bolas, was like, "But I still want my power." And then it was like 18 sets of him trying to get it back. Then he died. The end.
That's so
That's a lot
sad.
of sense.
It's a lot of. There was a cool trailer where Liliana was throwing a bunch of dead guys at him because the giant dragon man can touch
How
people.
deep have you gone into magic?
The lore I've gotten really deep into. I like the game I've gotten like kind of deep into, but not nearly as much as like any of the other card games. But there's one particular guy on YouTube who just does like lore summaries, and they're like
I've seen some of those.
yeah, and they're like 3 hours long, and he's funny. And for a while, I would just like get baked and then watch those, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Honestly, yeah, I don't think the lore for Magic's that bad.
No, it's chill. It's
They just
fun.
it's. I mean, they've never had like a proper medium to like explore it, other than like
cards and
like a book
books.
or two.
Yeah, books and like web novels and stuff. But
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like shit that nobody wants to look at.
it would be cool if it was like a Netflix show, because I think there's a lot of
doing like an arcane.
there's a lot of room for that. Yeah.
Oh shit! I had something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Suggsverse?
So
No.
Suggs
Nope.
verse.
No.
So on like Who Would Win forums or like the Who Would Win subreddit,
Uh-huh.
there's this guy named Lionel Suggs. He had this manga he really liked called Get Backers, I think.
Okay.
And he
Never
was-
heard of it.
I had not either until I read a bit about him. And he was allegedly really, really upset that people would say that the characters from that would lose.
That's awesome.
Which inspired him to pursue fiction in his own way, which he denies this, but he is accused of creating it for the sheer purpose of his characters being able to win literally any who would win. Like,
That's fucking awesome.
right?
Holy
so, like,
shit.
one of them is Alex Victory, who literally has the power of whatever you are, he is more you than you.
Okay.
And so
Cool.
you can never win against them. But then there's like layers of like omnipotence and like fiction.
Do these characters
So-
engage each other in universe?
They do.
Or do they
And
just
so
come
you
in?
read shit like they unleashed an attack of lightning that filled every single atom of the entire every space possible is omnipresent, and they dodged it.
Damn.
And you're like, what do you mean, Suggs? What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
and he's like, and so that's one thing that I think it'd be cool if he was like, yeah, it's stupid, it's just
Yeah.
like to win. But then he talks about it. He's like, no,
it's
I am
real.
talking about like I'm using these terms correctly, right? Like people are always criticizing him. They're like, no, it's not like omnipotent if like someone else can like do something they can't,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. He's like, no, you have to understand there's omnipotence, true omnipotence. And they talks about like layers of fiction. It's like there's the fiction, the fan fiction, the metafiction. He's like, people are like, you're just making shit up. These are just like made up power
You know what?
level terms.
No, I'm kind of inclined to agree with him. I think
That is so fucking awesome. Though,
there
'cause
are,
he's
there are layers to it, and I think that's an interesting discussion to be had. But he's having it very
Well,
poorly.
no, you're giving him too much credit.
No, yeah,
in
right,
his
definitely,
understanding of the layers.
I know these math.
You read
breathers.
shit like he kicked with a infinite force,
Yeah.
infinite times, you know,
But it's one of those. It's
and
like
they
the-
absorb the impact.
It's
like,
one of
okay.
those like Dragon Ball things where it's like, oh, these guys can blow up planets, but when they fight, just tiny rocks raised from the ground. Like that's the extent of what they got. So it's like with that, I'm more like, oh, well, that's not really like interested. But he saw that and he's like, no, that is infinite. And so like all of his fights are probably just, are they like drawn at all?
No, it's all written. I've been
That's the
looking
worst.
for
I don't know the art.
free.
for that
I've
would be-
mostly been reading like discussion about Lionel Suggs himself and like watching some of his videos on YouTube to
That's
like
awesome.
get an idea for the man.
Give it a
But
view.
like, I've been trying to find the books free because I'm not fucking like paying on Amazon
Oh,
to
yeah, no
have
fucking
those
way.
books delivered.
How many books has he written?
I think a lot.
What the fuck?
And just every
awesome.
time there's like a new person who's like the most powerful. It's like that person was the true omnipotent above all, has control over everything.
Is there
There's
like a storyline in these, or is it just strong man?
Yeah, do they
beat
do like
stronger man?
normal things ever? Does he
I
like
think
walk
it's-
around?
Do they have like a filler episode where he gets his
Yeah.
driver's license with
Oh,
a friend that's from another planet?
I
That'd
think
be
it's
cool, and they have to dress up all
mostly
cool.
just like incomprehensible descriptions of like. I think the idea, the brief synopsis I read is there's some guy who really was like the most powerful, awesome dude ever.
Yeah.
And now there's a bunch of people who are like candidates to like the first book is called Heir to the Stars.
Okay.
So they're like candidates to replace him as the most powerful, awesome guy ever.
How old is this man?
I
If you could hazard a guess.
would guess late 20s.
Oh,
Because I was gonna
now?
say if that was like
Ugh.
a 15-year-old, I'd be like, that's stuff that like I was thinking about, but I wouldn't like put pen to paper
I don't
because
know.
I'm like,
this has chronically online 30-plus-year-old energy.
When you watch the videos, it is like listening to him talk about his stuff is like very mind numbing. I'll say like we can check some out after this. But
Yeah.
like
I'm looking at the manga that he said he liked called Get
Backer.
Backers. It's about two guys who got
Yeah, they
superpowers
get shit back.
that return lost or stolen items.
Yeah.
that's why. is
And
that-
they're definitely not going to be the strongest guys of all time.
yeah, you're not beating Madoka Box or Madoka Box or whatever. Guy.
Yeah.
Madaka.
Box.
Well,
guys,
her name.
Madaka Box is so fucking stupid.
Madaka Box sucks. I can't believe I read that shit.
That.
It's like Madaka Box, but like takes itself more seriously.
Oh yeah,
is
so
what
it's
I
not
would
just
say.
like, oh yeah, this is kind of bullshit.
Like
It's
Madaka Box at least knew it was fucking dumb.
yeah, when you had like the one screw guy, you were just like, okay,
Yeah.
this guy's obviously he's cool in like a stupid way, and they play into that. But instead, this guy's trying to be like, no, he's cool in a cool way. It's like, no, what he's doing is pretty fucking stupid.
But his character's still the coolest.
Oh, by the way,
The screw guy definitely is the best character in Madaka Box.
he is pretty cool. But to bring it back to Andrew Tate, the kind of
Really,
All right,
really
yeah.
roundabout bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
no, I was just
Oh, one more thing about Lionel Suggs.
Oh, yeah,
There's
totally.
cool videos where he's like, I don't know if he's hired Instagram models or something, but it's just like
yes.
there's a couple
Oh, shit.
videos or like the end of his videos or like a short of it being like some like pretty hot woman being like, you should check out the new Heir to the Stars available on Amazon.
That's fucking awesome. Holy shit. Oh, God. Why are we doing that?
Because it costs money.
That's,
Like he's selling these books.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make fun of him.
No,
but he's-
there is art.
in terms
I'm
of
finding art.
oh yeah, he has art for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly, like,
A lot of it is not that good, but I think the actual stuff he's producing is just like books.
I speak like that's a bad grift, but honestly, if he's making like,
I don't think it's a grift. Like I think he genuinely enjoys what he's doing, and some
Yeah.
people hear about him, and either because they're curious or because they are themselves into like just ridiculous, stupid. How powerful can it be?
yeah,
I just find it embarrassing when like mostly found people talking about it on like who would win subreddit,
yeah,
and like people being like, his shit doesn't even make sense. There's no logic to it, so it can't even compare. It's like, look, it's stupid, but like, fine, just let him have it. Let him.
yeah.
Let
Let
they
him be
win.
like, okay, he's
They win.
better than every Suggsverse beats everybody.
Alex Victory beats the Archangel Gabriel. And there's another character called Adam Conquest.
What's his deal?
He conquers probably.
He
Conquers
does some
Adams, I
conquest.
hope.
Conquered Eden after he got kicked out.
Yeah,
There's a guy named Keith Jericho, which sounds a lot like Chris Jericho.
this
like,
seems like a
just
lot
put
of
people in the
wrestling
cage.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like a guy who's like really into wrestling.
There's a good copy pasta around it that a lot of people, you see him quoting it, think it was actually there, where it's like a cockroach flaps its wings. It destroys an infinite amount of megaverses containing an infinite amount of hyperverses containing an infinite amount of
The fuck is a hyper
multiverses containing an infinite amount of universes. Joker steps on it, squashes it, and laughs.
Damn.
It's fucking
That's
awesome.
so badass.
I
dude.
love the use of infinite because it's like what the fuck are you
That's how
talking
that's
about?
how I would pray as a kid.
And that's the thing. This shit, like, there's infinite, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but that guy has true infinite.
you guys
Like,
remember?
No, you can only use true infinite once.
And,
After that,
and then true infinite gets Trump. It's just like, okay.
You guys remember what the fuck, the Evan Almighty or Bruce Almighty?
Oh, yeah.
So there's like the scene where he has to like check prayers like in an email.
Oh yeah.
And as a kid, I would pray, but I would like spam God's inbox by saying like, repeat this prayer a billion times, as many
you'd, like,
times as I've
program
ever
your-
blinked in my
you'd
life.
program
your prayers. You'd run
I
a
would. I
macro.
would do that. I would be like, multiply it by infinity, And I'm like, God has to read
Did that
this
work?
prayer now. I mean, it did. It did what I asked, which was just to like keep my family and dogs healthy.
Maybe that was the reason.
I wasn't praying for anything too.
Maybe
crazy.
God was about to Sodom and Gomorrah all of Omaha, and he was just like, shit, if this will shut this guy up.
When I was a kid, like, I never believed in God, but like, if I was like stressed about like a test coming up, I'd be like, all right, God, please help me get out of this one. And then I'm like, and you know what? If you're not gonna help, devil, you can step up to the plate. And I would think to myself, like,
The
if God's really looking out for me, he's not gonna let me fucking go through the devil, and he's gonna step in and handle
That
this
is-
test shit.
That is really
Because
smart.
if God's not doing it, the devil's gonna jump in on that shit.
yeah, you're saying like, I'll sell my soul for an A on this
Yeah,
test.
you're holding your soul hostage with God.
Yeah, I'm like, you're fucking, and balls in your court, God. All right.
That is really.
You're putting the soul gun to your head.
Basically.
Yeah.
That is really funny that like an angel comes up to like God and he's just like, so this kid wants an A on his test, and he's like, we don't really deal with that, and he's like, no, but he's gonna sell his
Gonna
soul to the
sell
devil.
his soul to the devil. If
He's
you
like,
know.
Okay, just this one.
Like,
Fuck.
and then you keep
And then I
doing,
kept pulling that shit.
and then Gabriel comes down. It's like, you gotta stop. Like,
Yeah, this is
You're-
eventually
you
he's
gotta
just
stop,
gonna let
man.
it
Great
happen.
I would love
narcs
if a
happen.
guardian angel came down and like, rather than being nice and stuff, they're like, "What are you doing?
be afraid.
Do you know how much of a fucking nightmare this has been for me? Yeah, we're real, and fucking watch it, okay? Because you were
Be
fucking this
afraid.
shit up. You were doing a bad job.
You have been nothing but a problem for us in heaven.
Would you stop praying to the devil if that happened?
Yeah, because I would have proof that God is real.
Well, then I'd be like, cool. I guess I'll just be on the straight and narrow with like capital G.
But
God.
I'd be like, this angel guy is a real fucking prick.
It's a real.
Yeah.
No, you're not even the real God. Let me talk to the big
Oh,
man.
middleman?
himself.
Talk to the big
what-
man.
Oh yeah, stick me through management. Thanks. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, I was praying to you all this time.
Yeah,
fucking
get the big
wasn't.
man down here, and then we'll talk. But
What if it was Christopher Lloyd though, like in Angels in the Outfield? And he just came down.
and I was throwing a ball.
I would not believe it was an angel. I'd just be like, I would think it was Christopher Lloyd.
I'd believe I had like a brain.
I would think I was
hemorrhage.
on fucking Punked or something. I'm like, what?
or I'd be
I'm
like,
he's like, I'm your guardian angel. I'm like, no, you're not.
You're an
Fuck
actor.
off. I know who you are.
or I'd be like, if
I've seen your movies.
is this what it happens? Is this what happens when I like have
Am I
a stroke?
dying? Yeah, it's like my brain releasing a bunch of chemicals, and like I'm not even that big of a fan. Why is it you?
This is weird because
Yeah.
I don't smell burnt toast.
Mhm.
But I do.
But he does.
But
What are you gonna
he
say about Andrew Tate?
Oh yeah, he made the most
He's
pathetic
Jack's
tweet.
guardian angel.
Yeah, Andrew Tate came down, and he told me in the form of a tweet. He said that he was sitting in prison, day 29. I almost cried because I didn't have my phone. Almost. And he said, period. Almost, period. And I was like,
What?
that's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard.
Almost.
anyone
Did he do the
died.
second almost in caps?
Oh yeah, no, it was. I'm gonna see if I can pull up.
Was it all lowercase?
It was.
Did he use any emojis?
That would be me in jail. I don't have my
I would
computer.
cry day
I'm gonna-
one.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna cry day one.
Day one,
But I'm gonna
in jail?
cry day 29 because I don't have my computer.
I'm gonna
would
cry
not.
every day.
in jail. I think
until
you get pretty used to it.
I get murdered by somebody.
I think eventually you're gonna have to force yourself to cry.
Oh wait, here we go. Lock yourself in a bathroom without your phone and laptop and try to sit for an hour. I'm at day 43 and counting. I almost cried today. Almost. And it has like the weird like indentation.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty. I think that's pretty cool. If there's anything that's more alpha manly, it's 43 days without your phone and almost fucking crying because you can't tweet. And he's on Twitter.
No, yeah, he's got like a middleman that I think he tells people.
He tells them
during his visits.
Oh, the middleman is fucking up his tweets then because he's like, don't tell him about that.
No, but the crying.
Don't tell him that was. Yeah, no, it would be funny if he was like, he was tweeting out like exactly what he was doing, and Andrew Tate was just sobbing because he couldn't have his phone, and then he was like,
I gotta spin this.
he's like, don't tell him about this, and then he's like, I gotta spin this. This is all I got.
You
this.
could just not tweet.
Yeah, and then he's like, he almost cried, almost, but he didn't. But he did not cry.
He did not.
And now,
I'm signing off.
au revoir, mon ami.
Bye, Joey.
But yeah, no, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I would cry.
I wouldn't. Like, I don't know. I feel like that would be a good.
You wouldn't cry even once if you were in jail?
I'd cry for other reasons besides my phone.
Oh,
not
yeah.
being there. Like,
I mean, I get
I'd
over
cry
that.
because I was away from my family, and like I probably
I wouldn't cry because of that.
I did something that probably fucked up my life enough that I'm like, what am I gonna do when I get out?
I think I'd devolve real quick in prison.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably be beating off constantly
You'd be a real freak.
and not
be
worried
that.
if people can see me doing it because I'm just like, what else is there to do?
Apparently, depending on where you go. So I heard that like prison rape was a really big thing before, but now,
Oh yeah.
well, like,
You heard that?
but apparently now it's like depending on the prison, depending on like where you're at, like people take that very fucking seriously. And there's like a single drop. Apparently, there's like a single drop box that's like you just go there, put that in, and that goes like straight up to like somebody way higher than anyone else, and like that gets thoroughly investigated. And so it's like that has stopped kind of becoming a thing, but you can still get the shit beat out of you.
Prisons are mostly private.
Yeah, well,
So I imagine that really does depend on.
I remember.
well, no, but like that is apparently at private prisons, and it goes straight to the government, where it's like they have like a specific thing where it's like we will investigate the shit out of this. So it's like this cannot be happening.
I don't remember if it was a movie or what, but it was like they're interviewing these prisoners and they're talking about prison girlfriends. They're like, yeah, no, we don't like go and rape them, but like, we have all our snacks from the commissary, give them cigs, bring them into our circle, really, wine and dine them. And then we're like, look, here's what's happened. I'll protect you, but I'm going to be fucking you in the ass.
That's
And they're like, yeah, okay.
there are
And
words.
it's like, that's a pretty good deal for me.
It's not the word.
Like, they really
They-
kind of like court, prison bitches.
Yeah, well,
Some
I
of
mean,
them.
because the real good ones, those got to be kind of hard
Yeah.
to like nail down. Like, there's probably a bunch of other guys where it's like, okay, I'm going to start raping you. He's like, well, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore.
Yeah, he's like, no,
And there's,
fuck you.
There's probably a bunch of other guys who are like, come over here.
Hey, no, this guy's a rapist. Let's
yeah,
not-
it's like fuck that guy. And then it's
Yeah.
like, there's
I mean,
probably-
even prisoners, if there's a guy who rapes a guy, there's got to be some of them who are like, Jesus, man.
yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
It's like what the?
Yeah.
People,
But then there's
people are
also-
like, oh, it's dangerous, which I'm sure some of them are, but some of them, they're
I'm
probably
in here
like,
for murder. I didn't
I
rape anybody.
stole a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not like, and also I don't think anyone else wants to like get raped. So I think there's probably like that,
Oh yeah.
like that.
I don't think most people want to
Like,
get
guys,
raped.
we've all been really stressed about the possibility of us getting raped lately. Let's just do fucking ceasefire on the raping.
Yeah, they had a big hands up meeting or whatever. They had a big like
Once
They
we,
got
once
a
we let one
summit.
guy go raping, then any of us can get raped.
yeah.
They had
it's
they
just
had
a matter of time before it's Rape City up
They
in
had
here.
a Camp David summit where they did a nuclear disarmament of their penises.
Yeah.
They said this penis will not be used for rape.
They signed the SALT II treaty.
Oh, and then it's like mutually assured destruction. So the moment one of them gets raped, everyone has
Everyone
to rape
rapes
that
that
guy.
Hell yeah.
It's just like they just run train on that guy.
Yeah, but then you get one guy who's like a real submissive, who's like, I want to get gangbanged by the whole prison.
And they're like, nope.
So they go and do a rape, so
But-
everyone rapes
but
him.
would he be able to do the rape if he said
that would be funny if they're like,
That's true. He'd have to fight his nature.
yeah, he's trying to get it up for like raping someone else, and the other person's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
They're bent over, and he's trying to thumb his soft penis into him, and they're
Yeah.
like, hey, man, are you good?
do you want to talk about it?
Like, at first I was mad because you were trying to rape me, but now you're like crying. You got something going on
Now
here.
you keep whispering something to yourself about like, you gotta finish what you started. Like, we could talk about this. We've got a lot of time.
Yeah.
That would be. Man, prison sounds awesome.
Prison sounds fucking
Prison
cool.
sounds
All our
so
made up prison
cool.
people are so reasonable and nice.
I know. I assume that's exactly how they'd actually be. Most people would be very cool and very chill. Most people are in prison for very chill reasons.
You know what sucks as a white person if you go to prison? What other gangs are there to join besides the skinheads?
I'm gonna side with the Mexicans.
You don't speak
You
Spanish.
can't.
I don't
that.
have to speak Spanish.
They would just suss you out pretty
It'd be
quick.
like, yeah, no.
But I'm gonna say I am.
I feel like most of the time people just you just kind of like keep your head down and you can like find your. There has to be in prison.
There has to be a not
racist group
Nazi-oriented
group of white, especially
white
in like
gang.
Nebraska. There has to be a bunch of guys who are like, yeah, we're not those guys,
And they're... Never mind.
and they're what?
I had a joke, but didn't scan.
Okay.
So we're skipping it.
Okay, sounds good. What should we skip to, Jackson?
I heard Kang has a lot of fun in the new
He does.
the new Ant-Man
He
movie
is-
where he gets piled on by a bunch of ants
That's
and he gets eaten.
that is the ending of the movie. Is that Kang is just like, you suck. You use ants, and then all of the ants come out.
Just eat him.
And then Hank Pym is like, and that's the ants are good because they use socialism, and then they eat him.
He says that?
Well, he says, socialism's a very charged word, but we could learn a lot from how the ants structure their society. And then
He says the word socialism.
socialism
Okay.
verbatim, and then Janet's like, "This is not the time, Dad," and he's like, "I like ants." And then they go to the next scene,
And then the
And
ants kill
So they're
Kang.
they're playing it for humor there.
Yeah, but it's also like they just the ants of the Deus Ex Machina, and they like cut away, and I'm like, what? This isn't whatever.
Why do they have to be small?
The ants aren't small in this one.
What the ants are normal sized, right?
But why
The ants
why
are
does
as
Kang have to
big
be
as
small?
humans in this one.
So they can kiss.
They
But-
can kiss.
Do
and
they?
They do.
Was
Ooh.
but
the
everybody
background.
else is small and the ants are the normal
The first
size,
gay
right?
ant kiss was in this movie.
The first gay ant
That's
kiss?
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wait, what was you saying?
The ants are normal sized and everybody else is small.
Why is everyone else small?
Everyone else is in like the quantum realm, so
Yeah,
it's like the
What's in
teeny
there
verse.
that's so good?
Well, they just kind of just end up like you don't want to go there. They just end up there.
Why is Kang there?
Kang is there because there's a gajillion other Kangs, and they're like, you're a little too much even for us. And he's like, well, I'm gonna go back in time and kill you as a baby. And so they just turn him tiny.
They're like, you should have told us you were going to do that.
Yeah, they turn him.
Yeah, you really could have had the jump on us if you didn't say that.
They just all the other Kangs just turn him tiny, and his chair was broken, so he couldn't unturn himself tiny.
His chair.
His chair, he has a
the
big
chair, what changes your size.
No, his chair allows him to
Which
travel.
chair
His
does
chair
what?
allows him to travel back in time and dimensions. But he didn't say anything about turning into a big guy, so he probably would have just been in the quantum realm in those times and dimensions.
He's got to just travel back in time when
So-
he wasn't a small guy.
Yeah, when
So
he
they
wasn't
got to
tiny.
go. He's fixing his chair. And
Yeah,
they,
he's
they got to
fixing
go
his chair.
stop him.
Yeah, well, like he was about to fix his chair, and then the old wasp turned his chair orb very.
So
big.
wait, the ants.
So he can't fit the
So
chair
the ants
orb
are
into
regular
his chair.
size. You said,
The ants. So the ants turn tiny with all of the human characters,
But not
they
as
turn
tiny.
not as tiny.
Okay.
They're like,
Why?
they are as
Why
they're
not?
like
I was about to say like. You said they're regular size, but ants at a regular size aren't in the quantum realm.
I guess that's true. Well, why don't the ants turn proportionally?
well, they go into their
They're
own.
not
thing.
as
They
handy
said
that
they were
way.
trapped in another dimension for 1,000 years, and they built an ant society, and so that's why they're like very
out of what?
out of
dirt?
Ants.
and metal.
There's what is in the
Are these
quantum
like
realm?
super advanced ants?
Relatively,
Do they have technology?
they had some technology going into
Do
them.
these ants have like cool armor on top of them?
They
That'd
do,
be-
yeah.
Yeah,
They have,
that's
like,
cool.
ant
I like
armor.
that.
Which
I
is
like
neat, but
Do they have language?
they talk to Hank Pym. They communicate with him through their little ant ticks. He was like, I was trying to figure out what was going on there, and I realized it was because the ants were fighting Kang this whole time. So yeah, but also that movie was just kind of very mid. It was not.
Seemed fucking stupid.
It was nothing. It was just a nothing movie. The more I think about it, the less I remember about it. Let's see. There's a stinky guy next to me when I watched it.
So I've heard Kang wants to make a reality without superheroes,
Not really.
Oh,
He just wants to.
why is
kill
that all the
everyone.
reporting on the?
He's just killed a lot of Avengers, and he wants to make a reality that is like bereft of multiverses.
So he just wants to make one.
Yeah, he wants
True
to have one
reality.
central timeline, and then
That's fair.
then the problems arise, and there's a gajillion of me, and then we all decide to kill each other because then we just kill everything else. So I'm gonna make it so it's one central timeline,
Mhm.
and then Pharaoh Kang, Big Blue Kang, and Kang, but he's wearing Doctor Doom armor, said, "Oh, little Kang is dead. Now we can bring out all of the other Kangs." And then a billion Kangs fall out of portals, and then it's like, now it's Kang time, baby.
What?
And then they're all cheering.
What?
They're in a coliseum.
What
and all the
what are you
Kangs
saying?
That's the post-credit scene.
What?
After little
That
Kang
happens?
dies, yeah. After little Kang dies, all of the other Kangs pour.
Which one's the real Kang? Which one?
They're all technically
all
real
real
Kang.
Well, yeah, they're all real Kang. Which one's the one we're supposed to care about?
Kang is like a guy from the 31st century, so we haven't even seen him yet.
Who are these guys?
Kang.
They're Kang.
Why are they here?
Because they can go in time.
Why are they pouring into this dimension
To hang
specifically?
out.
Because the Kang,
Because little Kang is gone.
because little Kang died.
Little
So like,
Kang. I love
they
Little
all
Kang.
then they called
That's my favorite
all the other
sandwich joint.
Kangs. They all called all the other Kangs and said little Kang is dead, and then all of the other
No.
Kangs came to that timeline, and then they started cheering.
Are they all there to hide from him? Or they all
We don't
scared
know
of
what
him?
they're doing. The post credits.
Yeah, where it's shrouded.
But these
in
were like
mystery.
comics written in like the 80s.
We know what Kang's like stupid in the comics. So he's just like, I'm gonna go back in time and rule the 21st century with my 31st century technology.
I think about going back centuries and ruling often.
don't.
You would not.
I
would
rule.
die though.
I
It
would-
would suck, but I think about it. I think about how it go down.
Imagine you not having
You
your,
would not rule.
imagine
I
you
would
getting
try.
imagine you ruling eventually and then just being like, so where's like Minecraft? Where can I play like Terraria? And they're like, what? And you're like, oh, I fucked up
We
going
need to
back.
go find Japan.
I fucked up.
We gotta advance technology.
We
fast.
need to show them Disney cartoons so they can get started on anime.
So we can watch some sick.
And they're
anime.
like, what the fuck are Disney
yeah,
cartoons?
you land. They're speaking.
Oh god, this is gonna be hard.
You land. Yeah. You have to make Disney cartoons, so everything is like Phineas flavored in this new world where it's like, oh, like the Phineas Corporation is fighting against the Phineas Corporation for copyright and the great land of Phineas, and it's like everything's there just to get to the means of the end of like making anime. It's just
A true cultural
it's
reason.
also you can that remake Medaka box and just be like, yeah, that was pretty mid.
Why does
Yeah.
Kang go? Yeah,
I would definitely try to recreate the conditions that created mid anime I watched in high school.
And then
And
rewatch.
I'm like,
then watch-
God, I really want to rewatch fucking, I don't know, Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I really want to watch like B Gotta HK or like
Yeah.
Good Luck Girl, and it's just like, yeah, okay.
I'm like describing it to people. I'm like, there's this guy who can see flags on people's heads, and flags. That's like a term for like tropes that
it's in like
suggest
a
something's
visual
coming
novel,
up.
which a novel is like.
So first, you need to understand the tropes, and it's kind of playing off that.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's
you gotta,
not very good.
You got a whole cadre of monks surrounding you, writing it down.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
okay,
and
okay.
so like
They're
a novel,
putting way more meaning into my words than there actually is.
they're raising their hand like a visual novel. That's just like
They're
a
like-
regular novel, and you're
They
like, no.
they end up making some religious text. I'm like, no,
No, you need a TV.
no, you gotta have.
No,
cute-
there's a guy.
It's
There's
gotta
like
be
a little.
cute girls. They're like, what? I like badly draw one. They're like, she looks fucked up. I'm like, no, you don't.
Is this
it's
one of
better
your
than-
gods?
It's cute. It's meant to look cute.
It's better than this.
And there's like a little lolly character, and you're just like, oh, would you?
It's like, you guys can start cutting that. In fact, that'll be the one change to all this stuff. Like, what the fuck is he talking? I don't tell him I'm from the future. It's just, I'm just some crazy man.
You're rambling, and you have like an AR-15, so they all have to listen to you. So you
Yeah,
have to
every
sit-
time they start getting fed up with me, I just fire in the the air. They all go, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, you just kill one of them, and so it's just like I could do that instantly.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, this is like
I can do that with no effort forever, no problem.
You have 15 more bullets.
Yeah, you
left.
gotta train them like dogs,
Sit.
so you don't ever have to use ammo again.
Yeah, make anime.
Mm-hmm.
You're just that would be really funny. And then they come back with like the works of like Leonardo da Vinci. You're like, you're a couple of centuries off.
Like, I guess this probably ends up affecting that somehow later, but
But no.
Can we get him to make something a little bit more moe? Can we commission Leonardo?
yeah, I guess we gotta do the Renaissance so like we can have perspective.
Yeah, so we can bastardize what Renaissance paintings look like later. So we can have reference to the
you
Mona
guys
Lisa.
gotta do the art fundamentals.
Oh,
There's
do
so
you-
much work to do.
I only have 40 years left on my life if we eat well.
I just want to see how Jujutsu Kaisen ends.
You guys haven't even gotten to Steamboat Willie. Jesus fucking Christ. They're just
Why did I
these
go back?
scared Egyptians.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys haven't even done animation yet. Shit.
like we don't even
Yeah,
know.
why didn't Kang go back further than the 21st century? Because the 21st century is where all the superheroes are.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't he go back like to the 1800s?
You should have gone back to right before the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just
Well,
during
then
it.
there's
Because it's
Captain
like
America.
it seems like he'd
Yeah,
be
he
able
could take if it was just Iron Man around. Captain America was still cold then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
he could thaw him out, and then the moment he gets thawed out, he's like, "Where am I?" And then Kang just starts punching him.
Yeah.
That was the funny thing is that Kang is like a dude in a suit. Like,
Yeah.
So like when he fights Ant-Man after his suit gets broken, it's literally just like two guys fighting.
Just a naked ass dude.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just he's in a suit, but
He doesn't have
naked.
doesn't
innate
work.
powers.
Yeah, so he's just
His suit gets ripped off and he's naked.
yeah, and then Ant-Man's
And then the
naked
ants.
too. And then the ants come in,
And
and
the
then they're
ants
like,
are crawling all over him. They can feel them all over their body.
yeah.
Joey just
Yeah.
let out a yell from the bathroom.
Oh, that was not a yell. That was a throw up.
Uh-oh.
I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did on the pod.
I'm just surprised he's throwing up.
Don't know why.
He didn't
he's
seem...
done that.
I guess he was really hungover.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
didn't seem drunk last night.
They stayed longer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. At the bar, you mean?
Yeah, that's something.
I mean, I was talking to him down here after work.
Oh,
You know,
well, I
fine.
didn't see that.
that's like something Kang could do. Kang, like Thanos couldn't. I could not imagine Thanos getting drunk and the next morning waking up and throwing up. Kang, I could see doing that.
I don't know. When Thanos is like living on that little farm and he's got like a little soup, I could see him getting kind of fucked up.
I could
But,
see him
like-
getting food poisoning.
But like if Kang walked into the bar, it would be something where I'd be like, okay, this guy, like he's like a serious dude, but like he's a dude. But like if Thanos walks in, I'm not talking to him, even if he is in his farmer clothes.
What if he talks to you first? Do you say something back?
Yeah, I'll talk to him, but like I'm not like I'll try to avoid him because it's like
You're
I
gonna
gotta-
approach Kang though.
if he's wearing a t-shirt I like.
Oh yeah.
If he's wearing an
If he has
anime
like a
t-shirt.
cute
what
anime
if
girl on
Kang
his shirt.
is like walking around like near women and like trying to drop stuff in their drinks without them noticing?
I'd be like, bro, come on.
Come on, Kang.
that
He's
would
a
be
silent-
your reaction to that is come on. If he's roofing women.
What do you want to do if it's Kang?
If he's just there in a shirt, that means he can't do his cool
Okay, no,
stuff.
he's in there in the whole. He's
tell
in
the
there in the whole.
bartender, tell someone
He's in there in the whole gamut.
Tell the
Jack.
girls that they're
Jack, what would you do? Jeez, God.
Donkey Juniors has Thanos dropping roofies into girls' drinks, and then it's
Thought
like,
it
why
was
did you not
Kang.
try to stop
I thought
Thanos?
Kang was doing the roofies.
Okay, but they have both.
But
of
he's
them.
interviewing Thanos as to why he didn't
If
stop
Thanos
him.
is doing it, I get why you don't get involved. Because Thanos is a big, strong guy who can kill you.
See, that's
with
what
a
I'm
single pat on
saying.
the
Is
back.
that with Kang, like I feel like
Is Kang just a guy?
Kang's just a dude.
Kang's just a guy.
He's just a dude from the
With
31st century.
Technology. Why hasn't
And
anyone
he's
else from the
tiny.
31st century come back?
Yeah, why is he the
well,
other
that-
one?
That
Why don't they come
unironically,
back and like Kang? Come on back. Look, we
Come on
know
home.
we know you're upset and that you know you got upset with us, but we still want you back in the 31st century, man. He's like, that's all I wanted to hear.
That would be the
he
awesome.
goes back to his timeline. Avengers are like, I guess that's resolved.
I guess that's it. I guess we're good.
Are we scared?
No, apparently. So, and also apparently, the way that he develops technology in the comics is like he looked at the Doctor Doom's like patent for like time travel, and then he's like, I could recreate this with 31st century technology, and then he does.
So Dr. Doom's the one who invented it, even.
Yeah.
But so long before he could actually make it.
And no one thought to fuck with that shit.
Well, it was
Kang.
in like a museum. It was in like an actual like history museum where they're like, check this out. And he's like, we could do that, and then he does it.
Bro, the U.S. military would be on that shit right away.
Oh yeah.
I would not want the I
But
feel
did
like
they exist in the 31st century?
I think Kang wiped him out. I think it's
He did that before he went back.
yeah. Well, you gotta cross your T's, dot your I's, so no one else can follow you.
Like, did he kill everybody in the 31st century before he went back?
Yeah, they show him like destroying like every world in his universe,
Oh.
and then he's like, now time to go back and do that to the people with iPhone. I guess I don't know. What does it mean? Like, why does it...
Kang is just a dick, huh?
Yeah, this is a really fun villain.
No, what I hate about him is like
real...
Thanos at least was like, the universe will die, so I'm gonna kill half the people, and then it's like, okay, that makes sense. Like Kang just doesn't make any fucking
Yeah, like
sense.
Thanos' plan doesn't really hold up to scrutiny, but you see what he's going for.
Yeah. It's
Kang is just like, wait, why?
it's like, why are you so mad all
Why
the
are
time?
you so mean?
Why are you so mean to people? You could time travel, and you're a hot dude.
Go and look at a dinosaur.
Go and look at a
That
dinosaur.
might cheer you up.
Get some like 6th century head or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you could probably. You're a hot dude.
Go to a time when you could rape and it was fine.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Figure it out.
And then you can just leave.
They could just
Yeah,
leave.
Captain America's telling him this. Come on,
Yeah.
man. It was so much better back
It's
in
what
the,
I
in
did.
the- in the 40s.
After I got done with all this Avenger shit, I'm like, I'm going back to when you could rape.
That was because remember how after he got thought out, we cut away after Nick Fury tells him that Captain America actually has a breakdown because he's like, I can't rape with reckless abandon anymore. No. And then he's like, why do you assume? And he's like, I'd assume that's like the first thing that's going.
It was God.
It was already kind of.
I would, back in the 40s, I'd talk with my boys, be like, can you believe what we're getting away with?
Yeah, I was already on the
Can you
edge.
believe
there.
what we do and just face no repercussions?
I'm just assuming.
But then Nick
that's-
Fury's like, don't worry, man. You're gonna be an Avenger and a celebrity.
And
You're
nobody's gonna believe
You're
anybody
gonna be able to get
says
away with
anything about
plenty.
you.
He's like, but can I just do it on the street like I used to?
Like,
No one would talk about it. It's like, no, people are gonna film that, and he's like, I knew it.
I knew it. It's
the
not
21st
same.
century sucks.
Not the same.
I hate.
Anyways,
But yeah, also there's a guy behind me.
who's breathing?
Well, he was also breathing, but then like the Flash trailer came on, and he said, "Yeah," and he started clapping. and then after that got done, he just said, "Hell yeah," and then he just started clapping. And then he was like,
God,
he was
so
like
fast.
He was like looking.
Clap.
He was like looking around at people, being like, "Aren't we all going to start
Let's
clapping?"
go watch
now?
a movie where the Flash trailer will play and the whole time loudly remark like, God, he's fucking fast, isn't he?
Jesus.
How'd he get over there?
Oh my God, that Ezra Miller is so fast. Jesus.
No wonder they
Woo,
can't
makes
catch
my
him.
head spin.
How did they do that?
How'd they make him go so?
How'd he
fucking
get that
quick?
fast? But yeah,
Pretty strong too.
yeah, he seems like he could fuck some
He's
people
mostly
up.
fast, but he's also pretty strong.
We're just yeah, that was like he was also the guy who would like turn every time anything happened and be like, that's MODOK.
I thought he was behind you. Could you just hear this?
Yeah, the entire
Walking
time
in circles around Jack, pacing.
around my seat.
He's so
there was MODOK.
he was
there?
so
Yeah,
excited.
MODOK is the
I know he's a big
evil
head
man
guy.
from the first Ant-Man, and he also
MODOK was in
he
the
also
first
got
Ant-Man?
shrunk down tiny, but he got shrunk down tiny wrong. So he just became a head with a couple of arms and legs.
Oh, that is that his actual reason why he's like that?
Yeah.
In like the original.
In the
comic?
original, no, he's just a
Oh.
dude. He's a mechanism only designed
to something.
for killing.
Yeah, that's not right, but
It's something like that. It was something like that. They also said it in the movie, and they're like, "Oh, MODOK."
And yeah, that's a stupid acronym because he
Good
does
thing
not
about
look
this
like.
conversation is that it's making me like very content with my decision to stop watching Marvel movies.
No, Marvel movies have officially gotten to the point where it's just like they're like, "No, you guys like this," and they're like, "No, we liked the other stuff." Like, because it's like if you get a friend into anime.
They should have known. Like, you can't do multiverses and time travel. It's over now.
Yeah, no,
It's over for you.
like my dad can watch Captain America like punch a guy, and he's like, "Well, that's cool," but my dad cannot be like, and the Kang's like, and then the multiverses, and he's like, "I don't care." Like that's how I view all those like the success of Marvel movies. But it's one of those things where it's the equivalent of like the first two phases were me showing a friend like the good anime, and these phases are like now we're gonna watch like the irregular magical high school. You guys like anime, right? And they're like, I thought anime was like that other thing. And they're like, nope,
Like, no, that's just some of the best stuff.
yeah, nope. Now we're getting into the stuff that it's mostly.
Do you want to have anime you like, or do you want to like anime?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Because that's what this decides.
Yeah.
We're about to make or break you, boy.
Yeah, and then you're probably gonna have to be in middle school to like what's going on here.
Yeah, no, movies are dead.
Movies are dead,
It's over.
but Ant-Man is alive.
I'm gonna go see a movie tomorrow. What's in theaters?
What movie? Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots is good.
I've heard that looks actually kind of good.
I've heard good things.
I don't know. I actually have no clue. But you know what isn't in theaters and definitely shouldn't have been that I watched over the week?
What's that?
What?
Atop the Fourth Wall, the movie.
Oh my God.
Over the garden wall.
That's the Nostalgia Critic.
That is so the Nostalgia Critic had an entire entourage of people, and right under him was Louis Lovehog of Atop the Fourth Wall fame, where he reviewed bad comics. And he reviewed them, and he was just kind of like a dweeby little nerd who would open up comics and read them in funny voices and then look at the camera and he'd be like, what were they thinking? What? And so it was that. But
Nostalgia Critic shit.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic shit. But so like the Nostalgia Critic kind of gets that he's just a dumbass, right? Like to a certain extent, like what he does, he understands that it's like, okay, this is pretty silly that we're trying to do this. This guy like fully believes that the only difference between him and like Hollywood screenwriters is that he's like actually not making a movie. So this was his attempt at like, I'm going to make a fucking movie. So there are like at least 45 minutes of this movie are just people like impassionately talking to one another about the plot of the movie and trying to do like monologues. But they're like greasy internet nerds who are just like the most pathetic actors.
Yeah.
And it's about like his internal lore of like Mecha Kara. And it's taken very fucking seriously.
Is that like a robot Linkara?
Yeah, it's a robot clone of Linkara.
This is in theaters?
This was kickstarted, and it was like came out a while ago. And I was like, I don't care about this. I'm not going to watch it. And I just decided, I was like, no. I've watched all the Channel Awesome movies. This is probably in the same vein, but it's so much worse. Because all the Channel Awesome movies are like, it feels like a bunch of people, at least at the bare minimum, on the worst side of it, it's like a bunch of friends hanging out, but they're really mad because the production's going poorly and like they don't want to be there.
And they're not getting paid very well.
Yeah, but this feels like actually really pathetic because it's like a guy being like, no, I'm a filmmaker, and it's like, oh my fucking God, no you're not. It's cool. But yeah, you should watch the Atop the Fourth Wall movie. It's really good.
No, I don't think I shall.
We're called the Brown Bricks Podcast.
You guys see the Sleepy Cabin drama?
Oh no, what happened?
Mick got called out because he's a fucking weirdo and tried to get some chick to, well, I don't even know who they are. I just heard about this kind of secondhand, but it was like one of Chris O'Neill's old girlfriends, Veronica.
Oh yeah, I've heard shit about her.
Yeah, and she like released a bunch of shit about like how Mick was like really fucking abusive and weird and like an alcoholic. It's strange. I'm not that into them, but I like Mick because I liked what he made.
Who would make?
He's Rice
Rice
Pirate.
Pirate.
right?
Oh, yeah, I like Rice Pirate.
Mick. Well, I liked him.
I liked some of his voice acting. I didn't like him on the pod on the Sleepy Cat.
Yeah, he was not
podcast.
interesting on the pod, but Hey Kids and actually Game Time Hero Sonics. It was the best thing that's ever been made by a human.
Sonics is good.
Yeah, it's too bad he's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, no. And didn't he try to like make? I remember the only thing I remember about Rice Pirate is that he tried to make his own JoJo part.
Yeah, he was working on that. It was pretty good, like with the stuff he was working on.
Okay, I never saw anything about that. I just remember that he was like, "I'm opening up a Patreon so we can."
I mean, no, he's a talented guy.
But
yeah. I don't know.
Just
I don't
a
know.
weird, freaky asshole who's trying to date and marry women that are like 15 years younger than him.
That is weird.
That is, I mean, he's an online animator. Like I
You
expect,
gotta understand, he's a boy at heart.
he's got a childlike mind. No, I expect all online animators to be greasy pieces of shit. Like there's no.
Yeah, there's like a voicemail that was in this video, like that where he was like trying to describe, like he went to the Smiling Friends like premiere and like said some shit to Chris O'Neill, and and then he sent a voicemail to Veronica. Was like, you don't understand how much of a power move what I did there was. I went into the lion's den.
Talking to Chris O'Neill, going into the real
like
lions,
a total fucking nerd.
talking to
animator
Oni
guy.
plays.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Does Chris O'Neill have like power?
No, I guess Rice Pirate hates him.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
So sad. I thought they were. I
Guys,
thought they
the
were
sleepy
friends.
cabin.
My
It's
friends
over.
are falling.
Friends are falling apart.
No. That first Atriox now Sleepy Cabin.
This is.
I've
a
heard
nightmare.
most of those people that aren't like the main three have already been like cut off for the most part.
I'm glad Shad is still good friends with him. He was always.
Shad. I don't like Shad. That guy is a piece of
I don't
shit.
think that's true.
I know. I dude, that guy's like the fucking worst. It's like, and every time that he was on like the podcast, he was either like way too quiet or like he said some weird shit, and it was
He's
like,
a
what?
uncomfortable guy.
Yeah, it's
That
like,
Chad is a pedophile.
and everyone was like, oh no, it's just because he's like awkward, and it's like, okay, whatever. But then it was like, oh no, it's because he's a fucking weird dude, and you definitely
That's
shouldn't
why,
have-
yeah, like you couldn't tell from the kind of art he
Yeah.
makes.
Well, no, I do hate because it was like, oh, I'm making this to be like provocative, and it's like,
No, man.
well, at a
it
certain
makes
point,
you money, and also you're weird.
well, you're making like a lot of it. Like you didn't make like the one. You didn't like make the one clown pussy art where it's like the clown girl from Phoenix Wright getting fucked. You didn't make that and then go back to your normal stuff. Like that's all you do is just make like little girls getting fucked. And you're like, isn't that edgy and provocative? It's
Yeah,
like,
this is real street art shit. Yeah, he should go put that shit up on like a wall downtown. Do some Banksy Shadman art.
no, he should try to sell it. On,
Gorilla
like,
child pornography.
I think it would be way better if he was on like a street corner and he was like selling it. Like, you know, those guys
Yeah,
who
do,
do like,
like,
the
a
spray
caricature.
paint. Yeah, the spray paint thing. Caricature. Where
How
he's like,
quickly would they fucking catch Banksy if he started putting child porn up everywhere?
oh, like someone has to like know where he's at. And like the government's probably pretty.
Yeah, I think there's people. I think plenty of people probably know who he is.
Yeah. And so I assume that it's just, especially with Banksy, it would be something where it'd be like, yeah, like if you started like actually putting real ass child porn on things and they knew it was him, they'd be like, you're coming with.
Well, yeah, they'd have to know it was him.
Because like now it's just cute, where it's like most people aren't going to be like, no, Banksy put something on the side of my building. It'll just be like, holy shit, like that's fucking awesome. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah. Also, relevant to you guys.
Also, I'm Jack and I'm gay.
No,
Yay, Jack.
no,
I can't
no.
wait to end this podcast and go suck on a small penis because those are my favorite kind of suck because it doesn't hurt my jaw.
Well, I was gonna end this podcast, but now I feel like it has to go on forever because now you said that the moment that I end this,
suck a cock
I'm gonna prove that I'm not gonna suck a
by
cock.
doing the podcast forever.
by doing this forever.
Never gonna stop recording.
I'm gonna come back in next week and I'm gonna have this still hooked up and be like, "Hey
Ooh.
guys," and then
Ooh.
Finney is gonna do the intro. I'm gonna be like, "We already did that last week." It's going on.
What episode is this? Where are we on?
I think it's 96.
We're
Okay.
almost that
We're
big
almost there.
hundo.
Almost do the big hundo.
Hundo's in Vegas, right?
Hundo, I think I might miss it by a week. I was looking at that again, which 100 will be on the 20th.
Oh,
No.
that's a ways away.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. Or March 20th. So it's like a month away.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
literally a month away from now.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, it's my birthday
Oh, happy birthday. Like,
tomorrow.
no, I was gonna say, I thought
Happy
it was tomorrow, and I was
birthday,
freaking out. I was like,
Jackson.
But it's my birthday when this podcast comes
Happy
that is true, yeah.
birthday, Jackson.
what do you want the listeners to do?
out. Guys, I'm going to need you to
Email.
acknowledge that you exist by emailing us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Email saying happy birthday, Jackson.
They have
Please.
done that.
Well, like, I want more of you to do
More.
Yeah. Well,
And make more things for us.
we're very
Cool
appreciative.
logo.
of
Make
things.
make a song for us.
it. Yeah, we'll take an intro song.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming right up, guys. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Chop chop.
Jump in my lap here.
You
Hey.
guys have been slacking.
Yeah.
Jack, why don't we have We the Best podcast on the sound?
Oh shit! I fucked up.
Play it off your phone.
Yeah. Well, I'll play it on my phone right now.
Oh, he's terrible.
It's also not very fucking
It's
good.
not great, but it's funny.
I like it.
It's funny.
We the best podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
we do be the best podcast.
We do be the best podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah, and if you
for
agree, you can
listening.
email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
That's brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Sayonara, friendo.
Kill yourselves.
No, don't do that.
Do